Hello Chasers! Welcome back to the Chasers channel. You're sitting in a lounge in Singapore. You've just closed a deal that expands your footprint into Southeast Asia. You're sipping a coffee, looking at your receipts and wondering, is this trip an investment or just an expensive hobby in the eyes of the taxman? Most entrepreneurs see international travel as a grey area. Cross your fingers and hope for no audit situation. But here's the cold, hard truth. The ATO isn't interested in your vibes, they want a paper trail. Today we're breaking down how to turn that international boarding pass into a legitimate business deduction without ending up in the hot seat. I'm your host, Chris Beks, a financial and business advisor with over 40 years of experience and the founder of the multi-award-winning Beks Business Solutions for Good. And as this is an accounting and tax topic, as a member of CPA Australia and a registered tax agent, I'm obliged to give you this general advice disclaimer before we begin.
The advice provided is general advice only, as in preparing it, we did not take into account your investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs. Before making an investment decision on the basis of this advice, you should consider how appropriate the advice is to your particular investment needs and objectives. You should also consider the tax implications on your financial situation. Chris Beks, CPA member number 805103 and registered tax agent number 629430015, is a director of Beks Business Solutions for Good and is authorized to provide accounting and tax advice.
Okay, now that is done, let's dive into this episode. If your trip isn't aimed at expanding your business or maintaining your professional knowledge, you aren't on a business trip, you're on a holiday. The ATO's core rule is simple but surgical. Purpose is everything. Attending conferences, meeting clients, or high-level professional development, that's purpose. But that week in Bali, when you checked one email, that's not deductible, that's just a distraction. If you want a deduction, you have to prove you went over there to sharpen your axe, not just to see the sights. Let's talk about the big expense, airfares. This is where most people trip up. If the primary reason you got on that plane was for business, you can typically claim 100% of the ticket, even if you spend a Sunday afternoon sightseeing. But if your trip is a 50-50 split between a trade show and a beach resort, you have to play fair. You just apportion the cost. The golden nuggets for your stay then, accommodation and meals. These are to be prorated if you stay at a conference for 5 days, those nights are in business, and if you stay 3 extra days to visit, say, the Louvre in France, these 3 days are on your personal credit card. Not deductible. The +1 reality check. Bringing a partner? Unless they are an employee or a partner in the business, their airfare and meals are a zero deduction. The sweet hack. If the hotel room costs the same for one person as it does for two, you can usually still claim the full room cost. But don't get greedy. If you upgrade to the family penthouse, you can only claim the cost of the standard room. You need to write down or record everything. The ATO doesn't take your word for it. They want watertight evidence. Plan your business travel by keeping a detailed itinerary of where you're going, what days you'll be there, what the purpose is, who you'll be meeting up with, and how long it will be for. If you are gone for 6 nights or more, a travel diary isn't a suggestion, it's mandatory. So what goes in the diary? Well, a log, keeps track of the date, time, location, and the nature of the business. You need to keep receipts for every coffee, transport, and bed. And also keep those conference programs and email chains with clients and business meetings. Avoid the incidental trap. Don't try to claim a 3-week European tour because you had a 60-minute coffee meeting in London. That's a fast track to a lack of evidence penalty. High-performance business requires a global mindset, but don't let a vague claim sink your return on investment. Keep it clean, keep it documented, and keep it professional. The summary table for your next flight. Airfares, 100% deductible if business is the primary goal. Daily costs are to be prorated for business days only. And if you're staying for 6 or more nights, no diary, no deduction. You have to keep the record. Tax laws are a maze, and every business is different. Before you lodge that claim for international travel, talk with our team at Beks Business Solutions for Good by calling our office on 0355 612 643. As with any financial planning or matters relating to tax, to ensure a smooth transition and making informed decisions, always get some advice from an expert before you do anything. It's good insurance against costly financial mistakes. Thank you for listening. I'm Chris Beks, and I look forward to presenting another episode to you real soon.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the Chasers channel, we would love you to share it with your business friends and colleagues, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Beks Business Solutions for Good, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Beks, Instagram at Beks, and on the internet at cbeks.com. Thanks again, and we'll be sharing new info with you on our next episode.